Oh man, the NXT Battleground was so much fun. We'll talk about it.
Rest in peace to Ricochet.
Man, why you gotta say rest in peace to my guy? That's my. I'm heartbroken about that, right?
Sorry.
Watch the Figure Four podcast. Please to enjoy. All right.
You say please to enjoy?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Like we're pleased that you enjoyed it. That you're going to enjoy it.
Pleased to enjoy. Okay, that's fine.
I think so.
We'll roll
Isn't
with
that how
that.
you would say it?
Pleased to enjoy.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
Yo, shut the fuck up.
No pukesters helping me to the left, and no pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
You are the ex-champion only now.
Now this is the way, Tony and David, that you do the figure four leg lock.
Show you told me to watch. I was like, is this the I had to go back because I was like, this isn't scary and it's kind of slow. Like I thought it was well put together, but it wasn't something where the way you would put it, I thought I was in for a treat.
You weren't in for a treat. It wasn't a treat.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't a Rice Krispie. You know that 3 a.m.
You know what is it? You know what is a treat? I have the wrapper here. You can't even really see it, but Reese's has sugar-free Reese's peanut butter cups.
Who the fuck you telling? Hold on. Who you telling right now, son? Who you telling right now?
Yeah, there they are. Man,
who you telling,
good.
man? Yeah, man. I'm still trying to keep it good over here. So wifey she brought the sugar-free Reese's
They're
cups.
fire, huh?
Oh man. I'm not mad at them. They're definitely not the original. You can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah,
but
they're still good.
Don't get offended, Wonder. Yeah, but they're still good,
I have
Drake.
stock in them. I have, shares in sugar-free Reese's for shit's sakes.
Yeah, they are pretty good, man. Dad has officially been diagnosed with diabetes, so I've been helping him with that stuff. And actually, I got to inject. It's a prize. He has a little monitor behind his arm.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to stick him with it. Pause.
Yeah.
But
how was that?
I didn't have no problems with it. He was like, "You have to do it. I can't do it. You have to do it."
Yeah.
But there's something about and it's a pretty thick needle because it has to stay there, right? It stays in.
Yeah.
Pause. And so I had to muster up the courage to push the thing in. This whole conversation is wild,
There's a lot of stuff going on here.
But
someone just joined.
Yeah, exactly. He's good though. He now he gets to check his readings and it alerts him on his phone, and so now he's super on top of it. I feel like back in the day, like when my grandma and stuff, when they dealt with it, they kind of just had to go off a feeling kind of thing, and then once they got like the little finger prick thing, then they had to do that, but they weren't doing it because they didn't want to poke themselves every day, right? So then there was a trickle effect. So now, at least with technology, I feel like my dad, he has an opportunity to stay on top of it, and bringing it back to the sugar free. This is the kind of stuff that I've been looking for my dad, because he has a lot of battles. Like he's trying to stop smoking, right? So he stopped smoking, but now he's has this sugar addiction. He wants sugar now, and I'm like, you can't have the sugar because then it's gonna mess up your diabetes.
Mess with the beatus.
And then on top of that, we just got you 2 new eyes. He just had glaucoma, cataract surgery. He had cataract surgery. Just finished up.
Your video was hilarious, by the way, going through the car wash.
Oh man, he was out of it, bro. The first one wasn't too bad. The second one, he was out of it. And so I was like, Dad, to the point where I got a little worried. I had to watch his stomach breathing because he was stoned out of his mind. I don't know what they gave him, but congrats to my dad. Now he can see.
He can see. He's got getting the beatus in check.
Yeah,
quit smoking, which is quitting smoking is huge. So shout out to him.
You used to be a smoker, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I smoked hookah. When that was a thing.
Yeah, that was all of us, man.
Which was worse than actually smoking cigarettes, from what I understand now. So
that was a nasty time in Utah club history. Everybody had to hookah.
It was fun.
That was me
Pardon
literally.
me.
That was me Saturday night going into Sunday morning, hacking up a lung, but I'm good now.
Yeah, you weren't at the workout. I was. It was a solo workout. It was great though. I got in some work. I was dead after, and I'm still sore from it. So
That's good,
yeah.
bro. Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Tavian, he had his first boxing match. Yep. If you don't know, my son is 10 years old. He just exited the 5th grade, going into the 6th grade, and he's been boxing at Diorn Boxing in Bluffdale, Utah, for the last 4 months ish. And they had their first in-group competition where it's just their kids group. They all faced each other or whatever, which is something they do every day or every Thursday anyway. So it was nothing new for them. The only big difference was now all the families and friends were there. Like, the gym was packed. Tavian put up, he worked on some of the things that we've been talking about. He did get gas going into both of them got gas going into the 3rd round. But it was cool. He ended up getting the loss, but he was a little disappointed, but he's good. He learned his lesson. Kai, the kid that he fought, did a tremendous job. He did a really good job, and I gave him all the props. My friend, host Beefy came through.
There you go.
Tavian.
I didn't think he could be. I didn't think he could be within 100 yards of places like that have children, but that's good for him.
Don't do that. But yeah, he came through. Tavian seen him and lit up, and I brought my other 2 kids, and man, they were just my other 2 are a handful. I'll just say that. I'm gonna send you a video of my middle child, Amari. He ran into the boxing ring during a match. It was awful. It was crazy, man. But how was your weekend, man? What'd you get into?
It was beautiful. We had a end of school party for my son, pool party at the in-laws' house. So he got to invite a couple of his friends. And I'm just going to tell this. I don't think they'll see it, but one of his friends, like I was in the pool with the kids, making sure no one went to the deep end, so we're in there. One kid gets out, goes up the steps. The way my in-laws' backyard is, you have the pool, you have an area to sit over here, then you have the steps that go up into the back door of the house. They had a little mister up there spraying water, to cool people down because it was hot, right over the cooler in front of the window well, hard plastic covering, because there's kids there, and sometimes like when there's a little hoop, you shoot a basketball, you don't want it to go in the window well. Okay. I'm in the pool. I'm grabbing a floaty from the deep end for one of the kids. All I hear is, and oh my God. And then I look over and
oh no.
This kid
pops
up. Hold on, I'm just gonna take my headphones off so I can give you the full effect. Hold on.
If you're not watching this, you got to watch it on YouTube. Oh, this is great.
But you also have to pretend like I'm covered in mud. Okay, covered in mud, coming through plastic shards that are broken.
Oh shoot!
And I'm like, how the hell did this kid fall in the window well? Like, number one, he's not like the cooler. I have this big cooler on wheels, right? That was right in front of it. And I'm like, he would have had, and it's probably went to like his chin, right? That cooler.
Yeah.
I'm like, he definitely didn't climb on the cooler. Like, the steps are there. Turns out he went up on the steps. And again, I'm sitting here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other kids in the pool, including my son. I'm making sure they're safe. I thought one of the other adults would watch this kid get out of the pool, right? Because they're out there just chatting it up. The mom's chatting it up. He went to go grab that mister that was hanging up above the rail of the steps. Boom! Face first, breaks through the plastic into the window. But the way this kid popped up, he looked like the scene in Step Brothers where Dale gets Will Ferrell's character buries the other one, and then he pops up like,
did you do like this? Did you do like the brother and hit him with a shovel and try to get him back down?
Oh man, that was after, and he's okay. He had a little scratch on his chest, but that was absolutely one of the, again, him being okay, the funniest things that I've seen. And I only saw the second part. I was like, and it took a while for us to get it out of him. Like, how did you what happened? Like, it makes no sense. And they said, I was trying to grab that. And it's like, oh, and then he went over the railing. But man, there's concrete, like this much concrete. He could have landed on that concrete. Luckily, he landed on that.
Was his parents there?
His mom was, yeah.
What did mom do? Oh, kids, man. Kids are the greatest.
He legit popped up like Undertaker in a buried alive match.
You see his ass? Oh, shoot. That's great. Salute to that kid. Oh, man. That's fun, man.
Anyways, we can talk wrestling, but God, that was the highlight.
Wrestling, man. We had a lot of wrestling. One, I wanted to ask you, because I don't think you've said anything about it. Did you watch Battleground?
I didn't. I've just seen clips. I saw a lot of Sexy Red.
Did you see her today?
No.
Oh, Sexy Red is under arrest, I believe. She just got into a brawl in an airport.
Oh, I saw a headline that said she got into a fight before Battleground at an airport. So she just got arrested for that fight.
Oh, was it before? I don't know.
That's what the headline read.
I don't know if she got arrested, but yeah, man, she got into some trouble. There's video of her throwing, it looked like a pole, like one of those divider pole things. It's like, damn, Shawn Michaels, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's Shawn Michaels' girl. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah. I didn't watch. I saw clips. I saw, again, a lot of Sexy Red. I saw the like underground or whatever they're calling it. Like they used to do that. They did that in WWE for a minute. Yeah, I didn't watch it though. I'm not a big NXT guy though.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I wasn't either. Do you want to go? Let me ask you this. We had a lot of wrestling. Obviously, we haven't talked since last Tuesday. So we've had SmackDown, we've had Raw, we've had NXT Battleground. We have a PLE that we need to talk about for this weekend.
We
have a lot to unpack here. So where do you want to start, Wonder?
I think we can start really quick. Let's just start with SmackDown, right? It feels like a century ago. It was just Friday.
Yeah.
The Bloodline. I have a question for you. Bloodline, KO, Street Profits feud. Do you care?
You know what's funny? I had 2 notes for SmackDown, and one of them is Street Profits. I was very, very crucial over the Street Profits. Dawkins being one of the guys. I'm on the train. I'm on the Street Profits train. Without Lashley, I think they tried to work Lashley in there. It didn't work.
You're such a Bobby Lashley hater, but go ahead.
I can't. I shouldn't say I can't stand the. I can't stand the guy. Let me stand on business, as the kids say.
There you go.
No, I absolutely. It's a weird combination between them and KO, but even KO going back to his old red T-shirt, like it fit. It looked aesthetically, it looked great. They had Montez Ford going over the top again, doing the flip that now he's kind of known for. I don't know how much longer he's gonna be able to do that stuff, but I thought the Street Profits was the ones that shined to me out of that whole back and forth with the Bloodline. The Bloodline has kind of been bloodlining, and it's kind of getting routine for me, at least. Yeah. So not much there other than Solo Sikoa threatening Paul Heyman and saying, like, yo, somebody, Tama's gonna catch a body. Do you want it to be KO or do you want it to be you? You know what I mean?
Try me, catch a body. I like the. I don't know if I liked the beginning of SmackDown where they were just anointing. What did they say? Anointing Tongaloa as a member. It was like, yeah, and then the infamous Tongaloa, the right hand man Tama Tonga, and the new head of the table. Sikoa. I guess I should say I love the Street Profits. I love KO. I'm just not invested in this in what's going on with the feud. Like, I love those guys as wrestlers, but the story is just kind of like whatever to me. So I don't know where this is going. I don't know how, if you said we had a lot to talk about. We do have a lot to talk about in a limited amount of time, but I just want something different with this. And it's like, yeah, KO's been through a lot with the bloodline and they don't like each other, but it's not even this iteration of the bloodline that he really went through a lot against. You know what I mean? It was Jimmy, Jay. Yes, Solo was a part of that. And obviously Roman. So it's like, I don't really care at this point. You know, is there going to be a 3-on-3 tag match at some point at SummerSlam or what? Like, where does this go? Is my question, because we all know we're really waiting for Roman to come back.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But I think part of the wait is there's a slow burn that is happening with WWE right now, where it's slowly burning in all aspects of things, and we get to see the bloodline finally. We got answers, right? At least that's the positive thing out of this. We got an answer. We know who the head of the table is, and we know where the chips are falling right now. So that was something that I took away from this, was that now we finally know, and now it's going to slowly turn into the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing.
Yeah.
But it is a slow burn. It is a slow burn right now. And as soon as we lose interest in it, I guarantee you
something's gonna, just like last week. Yeah.
Yep.
LA Knight, Logan Paul. LA Knight's still looking for him, right? Logan Paul, they talk shit back and forth. I think that's a SummerSlam match, right?
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm all in on the Logan Paul train.
Yeah, I read some stuff outside of kayfabe, which I'm not going to talk about, but I'm excited for that SummerSlam match and the lead up to it. I think the biggest thing you take away from SmackDown, outside of what we just talked about, was AJ and Cody having an I Quit match at Clash at the Castle, which is intriguing. Are they going to make AJ tap and say I quit, or because it's not going to be Cody? But how does this? What happens? What happens here? What happens? What do you think happens?
I don't think AJ said. Well, does AJ say I quit?
Quit.
I don't know if you have AJ say I quit. I don't know. The OC is in on this now, right? Like the Good Brothers are here. You notice the color change. I don't know if you've noticed it, but they went from the blue to the black now. They're on the AJ Styles train now. Yeah. Even Michin's no longer blue. She had a match at Battleground. She's back on her all black thing. So it seems like they're all aligned as far as the OC goes and that whole little collective. So I think that they're going to be there for their boy. The AJ Styles is going to have some backup. Cody Rhodes, I feel right now, is leading with anger. That was my second note. I had two notes.
He's mad. Yeah, he's mad.
That's going to be to his detriment. That's going to hurt him. You can't go into this thing angry. You can't move with anger. You slip up. You miscalculate things. And when you have a bunch of minds over there on that side, all these minds working together, and you're by yourself and you're leading with anger, he literally was waiting all night in the back for AJ, sees AJ and starts throwing him. And then what happens? He's like, all right, we'll take it to the ring. And by the way, what city was it? Was it Pittsburgh? I forget what city it was.
I can't remember.
But unfortunately, they didn't get the Cody Rhodes pop. They didn't get the song. I feel bad for him. Because that's kind of like, if I'm a kid and I'm there and I know I'm going to see Cody, I want to do the whoa. I want to hear everything. They didn't get it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm doing it at events that's not even WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I just feel like going into Clash at the Castle, I feel like Cody is leading this thing with anger. He has hate in his heart and is slowly brewing into it, because we've seen it with The Rock. We see this inner burning hate within Cody that burns, and I have a feeling that it's going to hurt him coming up real soon.
I wonder if because here's the thing with Cody, since The Rock, we haven't gotten, well, number one, the storyline we cared about until now. I think we haven't gotten a focused and angry Cody. The stuff that happened with The Rock, you saw like anger in him, and then he wins, the title at Mania, and maybe we just see a Cody who comes in and just beats the brakes off of AJ Styles. Maybe that's what this is setting up. But for him to become like, because he's such a nice guy, right? He's always smiling, he's always shaking hands and whoa, all that, Maybe he comes out and it's just like, let's get down to business, bitches.
Yeah.
Seem like y'all Get this? So I can't say the rest because there's some bad words in there. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I SmackDown as a whole wasn't great, and that I think it's kind of been that way.
Yeah.
And maybe that's due to how big of a storyline the Bloodline was, and with this iteration of the Bloodline and Solo still trying to find his way on the mic because he's not necessarily great. They do have Paul Heyman there, but it just seems so forced. So excited for Cody AJ Clash of the Castle. We'll get into the quick preview of that here shortly, but yeah, that was it for SmackDown for me.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on Bianca and Jade. I don't know. I just don't know about this tag team just yet. I just don't know yet. I love them together, but I just don't know yet. They're filling each other out. I think they got the entrance down. Jade come out first. You're a slow burn, and you got all the energy together with Bianca. So I think they got the intro together, but some of their moves are still kind of like they're working. You could tell they're working them out. But hopefully they get there soon.
I don't know if it. To me, it's like if you're a team, come out together. You're two big stars. I get that.
Well, we don't have a name yet. We don't even know what to call them.
That's what's wild. But the only ones that are going to beat them is themselves. So something's got to happen to where they lose those titles. Because who is a real threat to them in the women's tag division?
And I got it. You ready for this? Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Utah's own. Salt Lake City's own. Zoe Stark.
Soon to be friend of the program, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can.
I hope so. She's have I hope so. I hope so. My ski mask. I hope so. But I think they're the next to do it, bro. Like
they're the most believable.
Shayna Baszler has been putting in so much work. She worked back-to-back nights.
Yeah. She lost, though, right? At NXT.
Yeah, she put in some work though. She put in some work. We'll get to that match here soon. But as far as SmackDown goes, I do see those tag titles coming off of Jade and Bianca by way of Baszler and Stark.
All right.
Raw was fun though.
Raw was good. It's Liv and Dom. Liv and not just Dom, but Liv and Judgment Day story going forward. It's getting a little sexual.
She was riding that cowboy.
WWE doesn't do this a lot, right? The last time I remember something like this was with Mandy Rose and Jimmy Uso, because they try to toe that line of like not getting too in that sexual, storyline, but they're doing it. What'd she say? You need someone that you don't need to call mommy, someone that's going to call you daddy. I was like, oh shit!
Another great promo with the hotel key. Na 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 na. Meet me at the hotel room. She was with it.
Yeah,
you heard T.O. Carlito too, right?
Yeah,
sounds fun.
Yeah. Carlito's seen some things in his life. He's like, yeah, all right, young buck, go get it.
Yeah, man. That's where it started for me with Raw. Like that was fun, man. That was cool to see that happen. And to be honest with you, Tavian was right next to me, and I was like, ooh, what does he gonna think? Like, is this weird? Is this awkward?
Was he just like?
It was just like, oh my gosh.
Because I remember when stuff like that when I was around his age, 10, 11, whatever. And something like that would happen in a movie or like an awkward scene like that, I'd just be like, just kind of look around.
Yep. I'm occupied over here.
Pretend I'm asleep.
Yep. Dom is it feels like Dom is kind of leaning into it a little bit.
He is, but also like let's jump around Raw, right? We don't need to go in chronological order. What was the deal with Finn taking the room key? Did you see that? When they were getting ready to go, he took the room key was on the table, and they were all like had their hands in, and he took it.
Ooh, my man Finn about to go lay it down. He about to go lay down an Irish pipe.
Was it like 2 weeks ago? I don't remember when. Maybe a week. I don't know. My timeline's all messed up. But we saw Finn leave the same room that Liv was in. So like, what is happening?
JD was back there talking to her too. So
yeah, JD's not believable though. You know what
I
I mean?
don't. But Finn is that dude, and I feel like even the promo that oh my gosh, Damian Priest laid down, it almost felt like he was like, I don't need these henchmen. Like it was,
1000%.
it felt like he was telling, and I didn't. There was nothing that Finn or JD did that made them feel like they were unappreciated. But it almost, as a viewer, I'm sitting here like, Priest, your boys are right next to you. You're saying it. You're saying this right next to him.
Didn't he also say, telling Drew, because that set up that match at the end of the night to where if Drew won, then there was no Judgment Day interference.
Yeah.
And he said something to Drew like, if you beat Finn, which I know you can, and I was like, what? The hell is that?
Did he say can or can't?
I thought he said can. Maybe I need to run it back because I only watched it once, but I was like, and you know, and then obviously we get to the end of Raw where he does beat him, so that means no Judgment Day. But I think we all know what that means. Who will be interrupting that match? But we'll get to that in a minute. But what else from Raw?
Obviously, we have the Breaker Dragunov match.
Oh, this is shit.
This is what I was really anticipating the whole night. This is the match. I told Tavian, I told my son, I was like, I can kind of, I mean, I want to watch the whole thing, but the match that I won't miss is Breaker and Dragunov.
Didn't disappoint. What a match. Holy smokes. And then, you know, I mean, we can talk so much about the match itself, but your boy, man, your boy after he's done. Like you saw, stepping out of our kayfabe pledge real quick, they said that this was the last scheduled show for Ricochet. And he's, I don't know, that alluding to him stepping away from WWE. And is this the way they say goodbye to him? Because god damn.
Put him through a windshield. Man, put him through onto the trailers. Ricochet got beat up, but Ricochet got his licks in too. He brought it to Breaker. He saved Dragunov, which we've seen. This is why the WWE is so good, man. They left it open because we don't know what Ricochet's gonna do. Is Ricochet gonna go and is he gonna do a couple movies? Is he gonna go and go to independent route? Is he gonna go to New Japan? Is he gonna go to AEW? Which him and Ospreay, like that'd be cool to see them get back in the ring together. But I think Ricochet left it open. He did such a phenomenal job on his exit. Salute to Samantha too, his girl, for her acting abilities.
I'm out. I gotta go be with my man.
And Pat McAfee picked it up perfectly.
Pat's introduction of Finn. Oh man, that was great. That was great.
Is awesome. So I think Ricochet is smart. He didn't leave on bad terms. He's still welcome in the WWE, obviously. Yeah. But does that change if he goes to AEW? Mm-hmm. Is there some type of there has to be some type of like loyalty / like, oh, so you went over there.
Yeah.
You can wait.
Maybe he tries to follow the Cody Rhodes, because Cody was buried in WWE.
That's true.
And he said, I'm out, but he started that company. He didn't just leave, for it. But I don't know. And I don't think Ricochet he has amazing in-ring. I don't know. To me, he is a star. They just haven't found the right thing for him.
I thought Logan Paul would have been fun. Like they have the story, and maybe they still could do it because they have the whole Royal Rumble story, right?
Yeah.
Of them two. I think you could put Ricochet, I shouldn't say anywhere, but he could go for a universal title, I think. I think he could. Not happening this year and probably not next year, but hopefully we get him back in the ring. But salute to Dragunov, man. He performed really well.
It was a great match. Like I said, loved it. One thing I did notice, like visually, was that Braun wasn't as orange. So maybe, hey, I'm going to throw it out there. Maybe he heard us. Maybe he heard me. Maybe he saw the tweets from the show and was like, I need to tone it down a little.
If he heard anybody, I hope it's you, because I wasn't there. I had no part in it. It was not me.
Next week on the Figure 4 podcast, I get put through a windshield.
Yeah. Isn't this cool? We've all wanted to have this moment of WWE back, obviously they are riding this thin line, and I think this is the way that we need to go. Don't go over the top. Like, ride the thin line, ride the flirtatious route, but don't go super crazy. And now we have a bikini match, you know what I mean?
Or like Val Venus choppy your pee-pee. Yeah, we don't need any of that.
We don't need no choppy, but but this is fun, man. We got all this in one night, and SmackDown couldn't even give us a portion of that. That's what I'm like. Ugh.
Yeah, SmackDown is tough. I mean, we didn't even mention Gable Otis, right? Them again slowly drawing that shit out where you were like, Otis, it's time, bro. Get some nuts. Smack this guy in the face. And he didn't, I mean, we'll get to Clash of the Castle, but it's got to happen sooner than later, right? Because this dude is just getting disrespected consistently.
Well, this is the next level. He disrespected Gable by getting in his face. He disrespected Gable by tearing the Junior Academy shirt. So the disrespect is there. And Gable's been disrespected Otis. He slapped him, 5 times last night? Like, he got his slaps off, and now's the time. I feel bad for Sammy because, man, that dude got broken on Monday.
Woo-hoo-hoo. He did.
Yeah, man. Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, I already mentioned them. They will be getting those titles soon, but seeing them on Monday was cool. Even the face-to-face with the tag champions was cool. And I don't know if you have to see the exclusive that they posted on socials, but they got a face-to-face. Anything else on Raw that we need to cover?
Oh, hold on. This is just coming over the wire. Let me make sure I read this correctly. Zelina Vega out with a shoulder injury due to Braun Strowman ripping it out of her socket. No, that's the only thing we missed. That
was so funny.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, because that sounds awful.
Yeah.
After the LWO beat Judgment Day, Braun Strowman, then, how you celebrate, put your hands up. He was it Dragon Lee's arm he grabbed as well. And then, but Zelina, she's like, what, 5'0", 5 foot, maybe shorter.
Platforms.
And Braun is enormous. And he went to raise her arm and he just
he just went with it.
Yeah. It's like when you were little and like you weren't paying attention. Your dad's like, hey, come here.
Yeah, and take you off. Yep. Oh man.
I think that's all we missed though. That's the only thing that we failed to mention.
Oh, and the botch from Dragon Lee messing up the LWO hand signal. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was throwing up this. He was supposed to throw up Owen, and when everybody else is done, he then throws it up. Okay, Dragon. All right.
He's still getting his bearings, Dragon Lee.
Yeah. Let's go into Battleground, which happened on the 9th, which that was that Sunday. And this is kind of what I was thinking when not Vince McMahon,
Sean?
No,
Triple H,
UFC, Dana White.
Yeah.
When Dana White mentioned Sunday WWE, this is kind of what I think he was alluding to. Is these type of things where it did happen on a Sunday. It was a NXT PLE. They did have it at the UFC Apex, and it was hosted by Sexy Red. Everything about this sounds like a disaster to me.
It just sounds wild. Yeah.
But going into it, I got to watch the whole thing top to bottom, and the UFC Apex is not the home for NXT Battleground. It's not the home for NXT. Yeah. That venue seemed very small. It seemed very quiet. I think that, and it's not much different than what we have already with NXT. So I was very confused on why they wanted to integrate this whole thing.
Just a cross promotion of TKO.
Yeah, TKO, and then WrestleMania, right? Because WrestleMania will be at in Vegas. Which is this? Is this a preview? Are we gonna have an event at the actual? Are they at Are they at a Allegiant Stadium? They're at Allegiant Stadium, right? So maybe they have the main weekend at Allegiant Stadium, but then maybe we have a smaller promotion like this at the UFC Apex Center, which is down the street from Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's what I think the plan is for that whole weekend. I think they're even. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're trying to do something at the Sphere as well. So just take over all of Vegas.
That'd be nuts. The woman, they open up with the women's six women tag team, a 6-woman ladder match, which, as you know, I'm not big on NXT, but this was one that I really wanted to see Jordan Grace wrestle, because they've been having this lead up with Jordan Grace, and Roxanne going into Battleground. So I wanted to watch her wrestle, especially with her being a TNA champion. We seen her at Rumble. When she first popped at Rumble, I was like, what the hell? Like, what is she doing there when we were at your house? But it seems like we might see more of this. But the women's ladder match was cool. It was a cool match. There was a lot of stuff happening. And again, in a smaller arena, in a smaller venue, it seemed like the women didn't have too much to work, like too much space to work in. But there was a couple of ladies that I wrote a note on. One being the champion, Kalani Jordan, who was the first North American champion. She did really well. But Meechin,
you're getting blurry, by the way. You're getting mad blurry.
Hold on. There we go.
Uncle
Meechin.
Howdy. Go ahead.
There you go. Just hey, that's the cue. Have you hear howdy? It means yo, clear up your blurriness. Meechin kind of being the main roster chick going over here. You could tell that there's levels to this. And it was apparent in this match. Another woman that I felt did really well is Soruka. She hits like the flipping RKO joint. Like
I did see those clips. Yeah.
She had two of them back to back. I was like, oh my gosh, this chick is crazy. They have another chick called Lash Lacey or something like that. But she was cool too. She's another big like Nia Jax kind of powerhouse kind of chick. The underground match. This was the Shayna Baszler Lola Vice match. If you're not familiar with Lola Vice, you probably seen her on social media shaking her ass.
Yeah,
man, she be twerking that thing out there.
Yeah. That is for sure.
This match was cool. They took off the ropes. There was no ropes. It was just the ring. Yeah. And pretty much like a no holds bar type of match. You have to tap or you have to be knocked out.
Yeah, just like the WWE. I think they called it Underground. I don't remember what they called it, but I don't know. And you weren't watching at this point, but Shane McMahon had come back and he was getting guys to fight and girls to fight in like this backstage area. Omos was the security guard. Like this was before like Omos was Omos.
Yeah.
And they fought back there. It was gloves. I remember KO did it. It was cool for like a week and then it just died off because you didn't give a shit about it. But go ahead. Sorry.
And there's only so much you could do with that. But for me, to sum up this match, it was fun. I feel like this was one of the best matches on the card. Shayna Baszler is really coming into her own, and seeing her, you could see her in a singles light. Wifey hates her, but I love Shayna Baszler.
Why does she hate her? Lack of eyebrows or what?
I think it's that, the mouthpiece, the makeup. She comes out with a gi. She can she's one of the few real women that can really fight.
Yeah. She was so was the opponent. Like she did MMA too. The one
Lola Vice.
Vice. Yeah.
I think they might have been on the same season of Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
I think so because Shayna was a part of Team Rousey. This is speaking of Rousey, this is the fight. This is the match that we should have had at SummerSlam. When Ronda Rousey, when it was MMA rules, remember that match? And it was just weird and off and just not good. The whole crowd hated it. This is the type of match we should have had. This is the aesthetic we should have had. And I think they if they were to do it again, I think it would have went over better.
Yeah, I think a match like this looks better in a small environment like it did for NXT.
Yeah.
The issue with having a match like this and a big pay-per-view, WrestleMania, whatever it may be, you have such a big you can hear that airplane over my house right now? My God, it sounds like it's right above me. That threw me off. But you have this big arena, right? And if you have this small ring, which is how it is anyways for WWE, but they're in there and it's more like an MMA match. It's not a step out of our kayfabe pledge. It's not a real MMA match. It's not the same, right? So this type of match to me fits better the way they did it for NXT, where if you put it in a big stadium, it's just going to be weird and people really aren't going to be that into it.
Yeah. Well, if they ever do it again, man, I'll definitely tune in.
Yeah.
The North American Men's Championship. This was again, I'm not familiar with these guys. My introduction to these guys, except for Wesley. But it was the champion Oba Femi. Joe, I think it's Coffee in a triple threat match. This match was really fun as well. I've seen Wesley. I know what he can do. Probably the person that I knew the most out of NXT, because I feel like a couple years ago or maybe a year ago, early last year, they were really pushing Wesley a lot. So to see him, I was like, oh, I know what he can do. I know what the kind of wrestler he is. But to see the champ, Oba Femi, that dude right there is a future main roster champion. I could see it in him.
Big dude.
Huge.
Big human being. Yeah.
Dude, the way he threw this dude off the top rope, and I swear this dude went 15 feet in the air. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It was like it was nothing. Yeah.
Oba, he did retain his title. No real threat there. NXT Women's Championship, that was the Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace match. This was the match that the whole reason why I wanted to watch Battleground. And Jordan came in, she did her thing, she let her voice be heard, and she let her moves do the talking. Had her earring ripped out of her face. Oh man, it was bad. She was leaking.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I've only seen that once in wrestling, and it was Triple H against Batista when he got the pliers, and I believe he had the chair over, like, I don't know. Batista was held down somehow in this match. I want to say it was a chair. Anyways, got them pliers and took that nose ring right out of his nose. Don't be wearing that in the ring. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I still don't know how Bianca's hair hasn't get pulled out yet.
When they pull it sometimes, I'm like, I mean, I haven't had hair in 20 years, I guess. But man, yeah, that just it looks like it hurts, man, when they pull that hair. Oof.
There was a couple of things where Roxanne, there was a couple of moves that just you could tell they didn't hit right. And I think what it was that Jordan Grace is a big woman. And Roxanne Perez is not big, and I think that her trying to grab her and putting her in certain positions, it was tougher for her just because there's so much mass on Jordan. But I feel like with her being what is it, the TNA champion, over where she knockout champion, I feel like this is going to bring awareness on TNA. I think more people will tune into Jordan Grace, and I think that this is going to be an open door policy. I think Shawn Michaels is going to have her back. And I think we might see more of this. And I think Jordan accomplished what she needed to accomplish, going from working two different promotions, right? She did exactly what a clean, good match, a little bit of blood, and great moves. Good work.
I'm down with a new invasion angle. Give me a TNA going into NXT or vice versa, like, to make it more interesting. I'm always down for that.
Can I break kayfabe for a minute?
You have to say we're stepping outside of our kayfabe pledge.
We're stepping out of our kayfabe pledge.
There we go. Okay, go ahead.
So Matt Hardy, he just posted on his Instagram, what a run, and we're not done yet. Could we see the Hardy Boys coming to NXT? I don't know. I know it's not what the world wants, and you see, I got the Hardy Boys Team Extreme colors behind me, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not NXT, not main roster, right? But is that disrespectful to bring them to NXT?
No, I think NXT has changed from what it used to be to just a developmental. You see a lot of veterans go down there and have small runs, or guys that need a tune-up. You know what I mean? It's like a really good mechanic shop down there, right?
Yeah.
They either build the car or they tune the car up, like Baron Corbin. He had a fun run down there. I don't think it's disrespectful. The reason I side is I just want the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, to be able to have a somewhat comfortable life post-retirement. And if they keep wrestling, like, neither Matt, I don't know if he must have had a bunch of surgeries, but his hips, it just looks like he can't move his hips.
Yeah.
And Jeff, man, that guy has his own demons. And when he's right, he's great. But it's far and few between where he's right anymore.
Yeah, I think that they might do a face-off with the Axiom and Nathan Fraser, I believe, are the tag champions. Yeah, because they beat the Good Brothers.
Yeah,
So I don't know, man. Breaking the pledge, I think that we do see them come over. We seen it. Jordan Grace kind of broke down the walls. Matt has a relationship with Sean already. Like,
yeah.
I think we could see it. going into the main event, which was the NXT Championship, Trick Williams, whoop that Trick,
get him,
versus Ethan Page.
I thought we were gonna do that for a minute. Go ahead.
I was going to, but I was like, nah. I bowed out real quick. Trick Williams, Ethan Page. I don't know Ethan Page. I do know Trick Williams. Fun match. Trick I think he's ready for main roster, to be honest with you. I think he works the mic well. He has the audience. I'm ready for Trick Williams to come up.
Yeah, I think with Trick, here's my thought with Trick Williams. I want them to keep him in NXT for a little while longer. Not that I don't think he's ready from what I've seen. Again, I don't watch a ton of NXT, but I think about how long Sammy, KO, and like Shinsuke worked in NXT. And when they made that debut, how crazy it was to watch it and how fun it was to watch it, right? Like their real debut, especially Shinsuke, man, like holy smokes, his first match, I still remember. But let him marinate down there a little bit longer until you have something really good for him to debut on, right?
How do you think Carmelo Hayes' debut's been? How do you think Carmelo Hayes' run has been? Do you think he should have stayed in NXT?
No, I mean, he's involved in a somewhat major storyline in a way, like with LA Knight trying to get to that US title. Like he's involved in that, right? I don't know what happened with the Bobby Lashley thing. It felt like there was going to be something there, and then that hasn't been a thing. But no, I think it's good. They have him in a story. I mean, you're not going to push, you're not going to shoot him to the moon when he first debuts or even in the first year, but you got to see, kind of what he has on that main roster, because it is totally different from NXT to WWE's main roster, regardless of what people may think. The crowds are bigger, a lot of things happening differently in the two programs. But no, I think he's had a solid first couple months. I think he's been fine.
Cool. We don't got much time here. Do we want to jump into the PLE?
Let's do real quick, most valuable wrestler of the week, then we can do the PLE. Do you want to go first or want me to go first?
Yeah, I just literally wrote on my notes NXT team. I want to give it to all of them. I think the people in NXT, for each reason what I mentioned, I think they deserve it. Like if you're not watching NXT, I think this Battlegrounds gave you a reason to kind of tune in here and there. Mm-hmm. Especially with how many of the main roster superstars were on social media, like bigging them up, like, yo, this is great, to the point where Cody Rhodes is going to be on NXT this week. You know what I mean? So they're making a lot of noise. So I just want to say, hey, congratulations to the whole NXT team and Shawn Michaels.
There you go. Plus, you're a huge Sexy Red fan.
I was just about to mention that Sexy Red twerking in the back and then making Lola Vice doing it, and then making the backstage reporter twerk was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because the chick in the middle, she was like, I don't know how to do it. Hilarious.
I'm going to give mine the Braun Breaker. Being a beast, being a monster. The orange, again, toned down, not too orange. Had... I would say so far this year, the best match on a non-PLE on a Raw or SmackDown with Dragunov.
Yeah.
He quite possibly retired your boy from WWE for the time being, made his wife leave her post, right? She's the most beloved person in WWE. He made her get up out of there. Not that I don't love her and Ricochet, but it's got to go to him.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. What did his butt say? I told my wife that earlier last night. I was like, I think his ass says meaner than evil.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
That's what she said. She said, I don't know. I'm not looking at that man's ass. But even the audience, again, like you could tell the audience loves Dragunov, but they're still barking for Breaker. Like Breaker has won the hearts of the audience. And man, you do that with a good performance, and you take it an extra notch by whooping the hell out of Ricochet, another beloved superstar.
Yep. All he needs to do is get a cover up on that tattoo, and he jumps into my top 3 wrestlers right now. Okay. Until he does that, though, he's outside the top 3 for sure.
Hate those chops from Dragunov too. Oh my gosh.
Great match. Great match.
Oh, we didn't even mention your boy cutting a dope promo.
My boy.
Ludwig
Kaiser. Yeah. Where we... That's not a Clash at the Castle match, right? Or hasn't been...
Nothing announced yet.
Nothing announced. Got to be a SummerSlam then. Yeah. Shout out to Ludwig Kaiser.
This weekend we got Clash at the Castle, Saturday, June 15th, Eastern, 2:00 and noon Mountain Standard Time. I believe that's right? We're behind 2 hours.
Yeah, we are behind 2 hours. Yeah, Eastern.
In Scotland, we have the Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Piper Niven. Are we sleeping?
Yeah.
Are we sleeping on this match?
Bayley's great. Piper's good. This sounds so bad because I think I said this about Bayley last time. Like, I don't really give a shit about this match.
There's no vested interest in Bayley right now.
Or Piper. Like,
yeah. Except Chelsea Green.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Probably one of the best mouthpieces out there right now.
Mm-hmm. She's a great shit talker. Talker. Bayley's gonna win.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's a Bayley. Who else we have on here? The women's tag team match.
Yep.
Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. I'm gonna call them the Dynasty. That's the Dynasty. I don't know if I just gave. I think they're cool.
Hey, if they're the Dynasty soon, we know that WWE is watching this podcast or listening.
Could you imagine? Oof.
Hunter or Paul, call us. Step out of kayfabe.
Yeah. Versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I believe is how you pronounce
Alba Fire. What a name. Regardless if she can go or not, and we've seen a name for the centuries. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's a great name.
I think that's the redhead in the group. Versus my new favorite tag team, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Utah's own, Salt Lake City's own.
Mm-hmm. Future friend of the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that one of those groups is just there for fluff, and the real match is Baszler, Stark, Belair, and Cargill.
That's what it is. Fire and Dawn are foil for the finish. Whatever happens in this finish, if they surprise us and Baszler and Stark win, or if Bianca and Jade win, it's something to do with Fire and Dawn, I think. Mm-hmm. And then that just sets up another match between those two tag teams. SummerSlam, hopefully, not Money in the Bank.
Mm. The Intercontinental Championship.
Who do you got winning, though?
I'll take the Dynasty. I'll take Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill.
All right, I'll go Baszler and Stark just to throw it out there, and then we get a longer storyline with these four.
That's my girls, man.
That's why I thought you were going to take them.
I was, but now I'm thinking I think there's going to be a botch there, and Fire probably make it happen. International House of Pancakes. Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn, Chad, Perk Gable. We have to see Otis here somewhere.
Yeah, right. This has to be the time, right? This has to be it.
Has to be. He's gonna cost Gable the match. He's gonna make things right with Sammy. Sammy again told Maxine and Tozawa, "Yo, you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Think
You're
for
not
yourself.
happy. You're not happy.
Look at your ankle. Like this is what's them."
Can I say something? Can I say something about Sammy? This
Pledge.
Sammy is so good at being a character. All of the different characters he's had, the conspiracy theory, the honorary oos. What is he now, though? Like, he's just like a relationship. Like, what character are we seeing from Sammy?
Sammy's the common man Canadian. We all know Canadians. We all know Canadians are common man.
Working hard with this.
Do you think that you think Sammy's going through an identity crisis right now? You think there's an identity problem for Sammy?
No, I just think it's a lack of character. Like this whole storyline is Chad Gable and Alpha Academy. It's not Sammy.
That's true. Damn.
Let's get Sammy another character, man. Sammy's really good at what he does, and they're just kind of having him sit with being a mediator or trying to show Maybe I would love a cult leader, Sammy, like showing people their worth. Like, I mean, but Uncle Howdy, Monday, he's coming Monday.
You think
Uncle
so?
Howdy's coming Monday. No, the countdown is on. The QR code, we didn't mention this, had 6 days, 20 something hours, so many minutes, so many seconds, which leads to Monday Night Raw.
All right.
From Monday Night Raw. That's the QR code. I didn't send that to you because I forgot, but I was easy. Monday.
All right, there it is.
Yeah.
We'll see him come Monday.
But Sammy needs something, man. Like, let's get through this and get to him and Braun Breaker, and then like we have a better storyline there. I'm
gonna go. Sammy wins this. He has to. I think Breaker probably is the one that gets it off of him come SummerSlam. Probably.
Yeah, yeah. Otis has to step up to Gable, cost him this match, or something has to happen, and Sammy gets the win.
All right. The undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. I was thinking, is this the co-main event? Because it has to be McIntyre at the main event, right?
Yeah, McIntyre is going to be the main event. I could see them starting with this match to really get some,
momentum.
You need a good start. And which of those matches that we've talked about would really get the crowd hyped?
Well, Piper probably, because it's our home country.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah. She's heelish. You know what I mean? But I'm sure they love her. That'd be dope. Hey, whoa. What if Piper takes that off of Bailey in her home country?
I'm not mad at it, to be honest with you. I'm not mad at it. So Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, the I Quit match. We kind of touched on this briefly. I think at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes wins this, but Cody Rhodes is going to lose here soon. Cody Rhodes he's going to get in his own way. He's going to ruin his own path. That's my thought.
I don't think you tell a 2-year finish my story for him to get the belt off of him that quickly. And I think he's going to come into this match like you talked about how angry he was. I think he comes into this match and does something to where we get a different outlook on Cody, to where he's not just that smiley, shake hands, kiss babies, out on the campaign trail, where he does something to AJ Styles where you're like, whoa, Cody's got another level to him if you push him, right? And yes, AJ Styles is getting that out of him, and that probably we saw that a little bit with The Rock, but I'm going Cody. I think he's actually going to make AJ say I quit, or he's going to beat him so badly like Stone Cold Bret Hart, Stone Cold, with the blood going down the face, WrestleMania 13, I think it was 13, where he passes out and the match is over. Something like that. But I think Cody comes out looking strong out of this match. We can't get any more of the I hate that shit.
Remember my pec ripped out of my fucking chest.
Which I'm not downplaying. That would be very painful.
Yeah, especially to come back in. Who did he fight after that? Was it Seth?
Seth with the purple pec. It was nuts.
We still haven't got the action figure with the black and purple pec.
Yeah, you just get a marker.
Okay, we're both going with Cody on this one.
Yeah.
Main event, the World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, which we got the stipulations. There will not be any Judgment Day ringside, or there shouldn't be.
Yeah, there won't.
Thoughts?
There won't be, but Punk is going to be there. And I don't know if Punk costs Drew this match, or on the flip side, if Punk comes out when the match is over and Drew wins. I haven't decided. I'm torn. I almost feel like this is a Punk comes out, causes Drew the match. We set up for Drew and Punk at SummerSlam, and then I don't know where this takes Priest. But that's how I feel. Because and I hope they boo the brakes off of Punk when he comes out. Because they love Drew.
Yeah.
Right? Drew's not getting booed. Drew's not getting booed there. So in order for him to lose, I think there's got to be some shenanigans. There's no Judgment Day, but there is a guy who really hates his stinking guts in CM Punk.
I like it. But here's my thought.
Yeah.
Has I'm on the fence. I've been thinking about this. Has Carlito officially joined the Judgment Day? I know Damian Priest was like, "Yo, get your knuckle in here." Was that the approval to be like, "All right, you're with us," or is Carlito not an official member of the Judgment Day? Does Carlito cost Damian Priest the win? Does he
cost Damian Priest the win? Ooh.
Exactly. Does he botch an ending just like we seen with Dom and Liv Morgan?
Mm-hmm.
Does he cost Damian Priest the win? And do we get a new world heavyweight champion Saturday afternoon?
That's good. I didn't think about it like that.
He said no Judgment Day, but
yeah,
Carlito's not officially Judgment Day.
Not official.
And he's trying to prove himself. He keeps on wanting the approval of Damian Priest. He keeps on wanting this approval.
That would be interesting if he cost Damian the match. Is Carlito like that enough big time for that to be the reason? And then we get a Damian Carlito feud. Like, does that make sense? Carlito, don't get me wrong, had a very strong run, but right now it's kind of like slightly below mid card, right? Like where you expect him to be. I don't know. I like that, but I think here you build to SummerSlam and you build for Punk. Drew.
So you say the belt stays on Priest?
I think so. I'm not.
Scotland.
That's why you got to get Punk in there. You got to get Punk to cost them that match. Or again, on the flip side, maybe I don't know. Maybe Drew wins and then Punk comes out and then they get the stare down. But what does that do? Like that's so like 2014 WWE where like the guy wins and then
yeah.
Look in my eyes. Or I guess 2013, 2012. And then they have the stare down at the end, and then you see the copyright thing, and then they go off. Yeah, man, I think Punk costs them the match. I think that's what happens.
All right, put a ribbon on it. Again, it all goes down this Saturday afternoon, or afternoon for wherever you are,
depending
Eastern.
on where you live.
Yeah, noon here on the Mountain Standard Time. Clash at the Castle. All right. Throwback match. You want to take us to throwback match?
Yeah, we'll run through this relatively quick. So this is SummerSlam 2003. Main event: Triple H versus who is the champion? Takes on Kevin Nash, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, a young, spry Randy Orton, man. Shawn Michaels and Goldberg in an Elimination Chamber match. Now, I chose this because I was not watching at all in this era, and I've never seen this match. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. I wanted to do like a SummerSlam match because I'm really excited for SummerSlam. It's always fun, even though we're about 2 months away. And I saw this and I was like, wow, that's a whole lot of stars in one ring, right? So that's why I picked this. Before I give my thoughts on the match, Dre, what did you think about this match?
This wasn't just any match. This was an Elimination Chamber. Like this
second ever Elimination Chamber.
This is fun. Me too. This was a match that I've never seen before. And sitting down and watch. And when you sent me the names, I was like, what? Kevin Nash? Like, this is so many different generations. Yeah. Kevin Nash, Triple H, Ric Flair's there, Shawn Michaels. Like, you have different guys that have been in each other's lives in different moments and different times. Y2J with the long hair, like, oh my gosh, it was just like, holy smokes. And then you throw Goldberg in there, and it's like, whoa, okay, let's see how this is gonna go. To start off the match, it was what was it? Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, right? They start off the match. And Shawn Michaels had to been what, close to 50 at this time? 40, like 50?
No, I think he's in his 40s, but this was well after he had like been gone from wrestling for a while because he had really messed up his back around that Stone Cold Mania with Tyson. Yeah. Then he was just gone for a long time, right? And I wasn't around watching when he came back. So to watch this and how good he was moving, how well he looked, I was like, wow, he looked like prime HBK. It was
great. Looked great. Threw me off with Triple H's biker shorts. I text you that,
bro. How weird! I was like, why is he wearing those?
What was the faction between Triple H and Ric Flair. Who was the third member over there?
Randy Orton. So
It was
Randy Orton in this match, and also Batista was a member of Evolution.
Okay. See, I wasn't there for Evolution. I feel like Triple H barely wrestled this match.
Almost made me feel like he was injured.
Yeah, that's why I was like, did he get a BBL or something with the biker shorts? Like, what was going on? Like, what is he covering up?
He definitely, this was the worst shape I've ever seen Triple H in. And again, I didn't watch it this time. And, for a regular everyday dude, like it's solid shape. But for him, this was looked like he was just on the road with Rick a lot and just drinking, even though I don't think he drinks. So maybe he was just eating a lot. I don't know. But yeah, he definitely did not look like the cerebral assassin Triple H.
Which is kind of disappointing because I was really looking forward to him and Goldberg going at it. Two big, beefy, brawly dudes. It really surprised me to see, because you see Randy now, but to see baby face Randy not get no love from the crowd was insane to me. The crowd was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is okay. Another note that I had was that Goldberg dominated for all of the 5 minutes that he was in the match.
It was every fucking match with this guy. Every match. That's what they did with him. Who did he beat at the SummerSlam years ago? And he just was it Brock?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And it was like, what is this? What kind of booking is this? What does Goldberg have naked photos of Vince McMahon? Was my thought. And maybe he had something on Vince now that all this has come out, right? But I wanted to add one note to Randy Orton. Super duper athletic, right? This is obviously before his back problems. He's still a great wrestler now. But did he not look like a normal sized human being? Like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, Randy looks like he's like Brock Lesnar. Like he looks like he's like 6'8".
Yeah.
Now. And here he just looked normal, which threw me off a little. Like, has he grown since this time? Has he gotten taller?
And Randy has to be close to 50 right now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So it's super baby face, but super like athletic. He looked good.
Yeah. Baby face in the realm of he looked like a child, not
like a child.
He was a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like a child with hair. Like that was kind of crazy. Kevin Nash, the OG with the blonde hair, just looked like the character from what was the movie that was in? The football movie with Goldberg with Goldberg and Steve Austin. Gridiron Gang? No.
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
Yeah.
He looked like the character from that movie.
No doubt. And he was having a hard time moving around, man. We talk about Matt Hardy's hips. Kevin was hurting. And he had come back after this. I saw him when I started watching again, and he didn't look this stiff. So
but pause. Kevin Nash's jackknife powerbomb. Dear God.
Good night, Chris Jericho. Good night.
Incredible. Fun match to watch, and thank you for putting me onto it.
Yeah. Chris Jericho, so damn good, man. Like he had a time period where not even arguably the best all-around wrestler in wrestling. Now, he's older. It's not the same, but prime Jericho was special.
Yeah, he was. Even the way that they introduced him, like we had Y2K coming in, Y2J, and
and this is an 03. Like they just let that roll. But that music, his music was something else. But yeah, fun match to watch. Again, elimination chambers are always fun. This is the second ever. And outside of Goldberg just dominating, like you said, for that time that he dominated, which I was like, God damn, and they did it with them then too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
When he went through the plexiglass, the whole time I was like, yo, please don't cut yourself. Please don't cut yourself. It could have been so bad. Triple H.
Yeah, but when he got Jericho, because he speared Jericho and it like stopped, and then he pushed him through it.
Yeah.
Goldberg's a strong man. I'm not gonna, it is what it is, but I just, again, top 3 most overrated wrestlers of all time.
Who's next? Cool, brother. Well, man, this episode ran super duper long, but I feel like it was a good one, man. I feel like this was a solid episode.
Fun times. When we're talking about, and there's a lot to talk about. So sorry if you don't like extra time talking about wrestling, which is what you're here for, anyways.
Is right. If you want to follow us on Instagram at Figure4 Podcast. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at Dre Rocka, DRERAWKA, allrock.com, ALLRAWK. You can get some merch there for the podcast. I just dropped a new episode with our friend my friend Bangarang and DJ June. That was fun. We talked about DJing, and
I'm halfway through it. It's good so far.
So talking about some undercutting on DJs. Are they still undercutting DJs out here? So yeah, go check that out. Run those numbers up. But what do we have coming up? Monday Night Raw. Oh no, we have the PLE. So I'll be watching that this weekend. I'll also be at Warehouse 22 for Fierce Fighting Championship. So if you are in Utah and you love mixed martial arts, come on out. You can find
Where's
out
Warehouse 22?
Syracuse. So it's a newer venue.
Shit. Okay,
yeah,
nice.
It's been around for, I think this venue's been around for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
Pretty nice, man. It's a nice venue. So yeah, I'll be there on Saturday night, and that should be fun. We have Father's Day Sunday, so I don't know if I'm gonna be working out on Sunday.
Oh, here you go.
I'm just saying it's Father's Day. I don't know, wifey, she's making me go out to Ogden. I gotta go to my dad. My dad won't watch this, so I think about getting him a brand new grill with all the
nice
little grill stuff, the little wood chips and all that good stuff. So
beautiful.
Yeah, man, gonna do the daddy thing.
Nice.
We talked about boxing earlier today. I was gonna say Mari went into the boxing ring, but I already told you.
Yeah. Send me the video though. I want to see.
I will. I'll send it to you. Pretty damn funny.
Yeah, check out Dre's stuff with June and Bangarang and March 15th Media. Follow that on Instagram until the Will Wonder Pod is back.
Which you might be seeing some stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. Some point in this year. You're right.
Go watch some throwback episodes of the Will Wonder Pod.
Yeah, run those numbers up. We got a lot of fun stuff on YouTube. Go listen to them too.
You had a great episodes, man. You had the one. I think one of my favorite episodes, if you're gonna find one, if I can recommend one, it would be the one that you did with your friend. What?
That's on the shirt. That's one of our shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Brisk Warner. That was a very fun one. I love that episode.
Yeah, you got to go back and listen to that. There was no video, and even if there would have been video, it would have been way too foggy in that room for you to see anything. Yeah, I tell you what, when I left that room, holy moly.
He was looking like my dad in the car wash.
How am I gonna get home? Anyways, yeah, for sure. Check that out.
Go run those numbers up. Again, follow us at Figure the Number 4 Podcast. We really appreciate you for watching, listening. The numbers are going up. We just went over 40 followers on Instagram, so thank you for that.
Hey, maybe episode 10 we'll do another drawing, and you freaking idiots will do it. You can win some money. What
did Hav buy with her $25?
I don't know, something. I don't know what she buys.
All right, y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Peace.